Hello. Are you back to work yet, or are you still waiting to open? Do you feel like you wish you had more support? We are facing the reality of our clients not returning right away and our job just not being the same ever again. We are facing new expenses and real financial burden.
Thank you for joining our community and accessing the ultimate guide for salon and spa professionals. 50 success hacks that will save you from an overwhelming amount of research, because we did a ton of research and we put it all in here for you to easily access in one place.
In spite of the fact that we have this new sense of responsibility, we still want to be able to maintain our high standards and continue to be top stylists through all of this. We'd like to help you do the same. My name is Kristen, and I needed to know exactly what the information was in one place. I wanted to know all of the rules and regulations so I could work with my clients to help them feel more confident. Being prepared really helped me with my stress level when I went back to work. I wanted to do everything I could to support my clients so that it's one less thing they had to worry about. I have been back to work and can relate to all of you on that.
My name is Rebecca, and I've been in the industry for over 21 years, and we are in unprecedented times. I was feeling like we had a lot of information, and keeping it organized was hard for me, even me, and I'm really an organized person. So to put it in one single place, not only for me to be able to access, but also to share with our community to really help us all to be able to recover more efficiently. No matter what your beliefs are about this pandemic, we are all facing uncertainty about what the future holds. If you're doing hair, I want to make sure you're thinking about you and what you need, as well as what your clients are needing. I've been closed since March 16th, and I can relate to you on that. Who is this guide for? If you're an independent hairstylist, esthetician, makeup artist, nail tech, or business owner in the beauty industry, we're not here to judge you. We know you're going to do what you got to do. We want to help you have the guidelines to be safe. We're not here to tell you how to do your business. We know that this is an emotional time for us. We feel emotional about it. Before you get started using this guide, make sure to read over how to use this guide section. Let's get started. Section 4, Client Communication. Speak clearly and deliberately. People need to hear your rules or they'll make up their own. Come from a place of love using transparent expectations. Now we come to perhaps one of the most important sections, since without our clients, we don't have a business.
The jot form I made for number 27, use digital forms, really covered everything, and I felt good about moving forward, and I found that most clients were compliant. The few clients who were still a little resistant to signing the form, even after I talked with them about it, I am just simply not seeing. The methods of ensuring the health and safety of all who are near to my space are non-negotiable.
Number 34, offer virtual consultations. It limits the exposure time to your clients, which is important during COVID-19. Chair time is gold right now. Luckily, we do have the internet during the pandemic, and you can use Zoom, FaceTime, Messenger, or WebEx for video. Or keep it simple and text clients and share photos.
As you go through this process of consulting with your clients, keep a log of products so that you can place an order once your official go back to work date has been released. Once the order has been placed, reach out to your consultant or distributor so they can give you an estimate on delivery, as all deliveries and stocks have been so slow all year. Give yourself the time to unload them and get organized. Number 35, don't make promises that you can be held liable for. It is one thing to say you are following strict sanitation protocols in your salon, and it's a very different thing to say that you can guarantee their safety during their visit. Don't make guarantees.
Don't guarantee safety. Instead, guarantee that you are following all safety protocols.
The old adage applies here: under promise and over deliver. Hashtag don't get sued.
Number 36, prepare for your most challenging customer. Some clients you may need to break up with, and you should consider that.
For instance, what if someone refuses to wear a mask? What will you do? Ain't nobody got time for that.
But for those you kept, preparing for the most difficult one will make all the others a little easier to handle. The point of this is that if you prepare for the worst, you'll be ready for the rest. Number 37, show empathy. We already know that most hairstylists have empathy, so we already have the tools. I love Brene Brown's explanation of sympathy versus empathy, and there's a great video linked in the guide.
One of the main reasons we recommend preparing so much before you see your client is so you can focus on their needs when they come in.
Number 38, maintain your price point. This may be a hard one because we do have empathy and many of us give our services away. I give this advice with conviction because I know it well. It's easy to consider giving away our services sometimes than it is to actually charge for them.
Many clients are out of work and might not have the same budget they had before. You might also be raising your prices post-COVID-19. Think about this before you see the customer. In the job form referenced to number 27, use digital guides, I point blank ask the clients where they stand on the conversation so that I am totally prepared for any conversation about money with them moving forward. For some clients concerned about pricing in the beginning, ask them to send you referrals as a kickback offer or offer them the old price for a limited time until they get on their feet. We've had to have help through this, so it's nice to put that good karma back out there. Just don't sacrifice yourself or your bank account in the process.
Number 39, schedule strategically. I've talked to a few people who set up appointments before reopening and they just had to cancel them. I've told my clients I won't be scheduling until we have a confirmed open date.
There are so many factors. In California, for instance, the state gives regulations and then the city and then ultimately the county has final say. After all is in compliance with those agencies, then start booking. Since your consults are already complete and your product's ordered and already figured out, as long as you did number 34 and pre-consulted. Number 40, start slow. Just in case you feel there's a rush for laying down those first appointments, it is okay to breathe and give yourself an extra day or more to reground yourself and feel 100% ready for going back. They need you to be 100% and try not to go back until you are.
Don't forget that part of scheduling will consist of getting your supplies, getting your building ready, and getting your salon ready. When I went back to set up my salon, I thought I could get it done in a couple of days, but it took much longer and was very exhausting. And I just have a studio salon that's less than 200 square feet. I was shocked at the amount of changes that were needed.
When we closed, it was unexpected and on a Thursday. So there were leftover client tools I had to clean up still in my dirty drawer that I typically would finish cleaning out on Fridays. As the renter, it wasn't too bad. I was there for about 4 hours cleaning and just resetting everything up and washing all my products and doing an inventory in my locker and things like that.
Number 41, maximize chair time. We aren't asking you to shortchange your clients with their services because we all know that they're going to want to make up for lost time and get all the services. But you do have a lot of people that you want to get in and you have to make up the time somewhere. Number 34, virtual consultations will help you a lot here, because you'll be able to get a plan in place. One idea is, let's say that you're a lucky stylist that has 400 people waiting to get in. Tell people that you aren't doing blow dries for the first 2 weeks.
Number 42, make a wait list available. Referring back to number 39, schedule strategically, you've already prioritized your top customers to be at the top of your wait list. However, you want to keep all of your customers. So to make them all feel like they are a priority, create a secondary wait list for anybody inquiring about an appointment beyond your A list. I began with prioritizing anyone who was canceled and then moved on from there. Number 43, carefully prepare communication pieces.
This section has some resources that you might remember from previous sections. We wanted to make this a clear checklist so you don't have to search back through the guide. It's all right here. Use this list to make sure that you have communicated everything that you need to and add anything that we haven't put on the list that you think you need.
If you use my pre-booking client survey, many of these items are already included in it. In the guide, we reference federal law about refusing service to anyone. Make sure clients know that under absolutely no circumstances will they be able to create their own rules. For instance, someone might say they have a medical condition and can't wear a mask. Don't tell them that they're wrong, but just let them know that it is your policy not to take them unless they can wear a mask. Nip it in the bud before it happens by communicating it to them before they come in. If they come in with an ADA card or a doctor's note, it isn't applicable for us because the only people exempt from wearing a mask is if you are socially distanced. So no.
Number 44, record videos. This is another one that can feel intimidating. Not for everyone, but some of you might not be jumping to make videos. Whatever you feel comfortable with, at the end of the day, we want you to be you, and your clients love you, and they just want to see your beautiful face. So do whatever feels natural.
I was feeling separation anxiety from them, and after receiving several messages, I thought maybe they were feeling that way about me. As I was collecting information, I felt it a duty to release statements to keep them updated, kind of like a video newsletter. The result was sheer appreciation from my clients, as well as other industry people seeing it and being inspired by it. My personal approach to it was to make the video in my backyard with a glass of wine, and totally on brand for me. And I didn't want anything overly produced or a canned conversation in that moment.
In closing, once you finish this section, you'll be in a good position to speak clearly and deliberately about your expectations so that you can manage the expectations of your clients and their needs.
We want to hear, what are your challenges in this section, and where did you find yourself resisting?
We'd also like to know how you're doing and what your solutions have been. Contact us via social media and also in the comments below. We created this guide for you, and it will save you from an overwhelming amount of research. It will take you some time to get through, and it won't be easy. So in this time, allow yourself the room to recover and even cry it out if you need to. How many of you have ever been through a trauma? Whether you broke your leg, you're out of work for 12 weeks, or if you've had a death in the family, or maybe you were asked to leave your last location. The list could go on. Running your business has so many moving parts, and you can sometimes feel overwhelmed and like you don't know where to start. What if there was a resource that you could access that would help you get organized and back on your feet? We created this guide right now because so many of us need the same kind of support at the same time. But really, it could apply to anyone looking for a comprehensive guide to running a business. Like most projects in life, it takes a village. Just as Ruth Bader Ginsburg says, if you want to be a true professional, you will do something outside of yourself. Something to repair tears in your community. Something to make life a little better for people less fortunate than you. That's what I think a meaningful life is. Not living for oneself, but for one's community. In the true spirit of doing that, during the pandemic, you have been at the forefront of our minds, and we've carefully and thoughtfully collaborated at how to best help you. We've had a lot of help. We couldn't have done it without our graphic design team, marketing team, and business mentors and resources. In our conversations with outside sources, we were delighted in the responses that we got. Even professionals not in our industry were impressed that this guide is based on business principles and has unbiased information. We made a commitment early on that we would only share information that has actually been put to practical application and has proven to be effective. And the cool thing is, we're not stopping here. Our next project will be a great follow-up to this, and we'll turn the conversation toward our customer and learn how to better handle difficult situations. Do you have a friend that comes to mind that could use our support? Please share the love and send them our way.